Here, our topic is all about combination of resistors and equivalent resistance is our topic. Yes, this can be understood easily, which is similar to the combination of lenses that we have learnt in optics. When two or more lenses are placed side by side, those two lenses can be replaced by a single lens, which is known as equivalent lens, and its focal length is equivalent focal length. Do you remember? Like 1 by Fe equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 minus d by F1 into F2. So in that way, in what manner the combination of two or more lenses can be replaced with a single lens known as equivalent lens with focal length equivalent focal length. In that way, in an electric circuit, we can replace the combination of two or more resistors with a single resistor whose resistance is known as equivalent resistance. Now, how to calculate the equivalent resistance when resistors are combined, and in what way we can discuss the combination of resistances? Yes, coming to the point. When we are dealing with the combination of resistors, usually we come across two types of combinations. One is series combination of resistors, and the other it is parallel combination of resistors. Series combination and parallel combination. So what is meant by series combination of resistors? Let us discuss first of all about series combination of resistors. You keep full study heading, series combination of resistors. Yes, here let us suppose three resistors whose resistances are R1, R2 and R3. Let me take three different resistors so that the second terminal of the first resistor given to the first terminal of the second resistor, and the second terminal of the second resistor given to the first terminal of the third resistor, and the second terminal of the third resistor given to the first terminal of the fourth resistor, and so on. Means simply in our language, these resistors are connected end to end, and this combination of resistors is a series combination. So what? Yes, when these two or more resistors are connected in series combination, then same current will travel through each and every resistor. Same current. For example, just for example, here there is a cell whose voltage is V, and here there is a switch or plug key, and here there is an ammeter to measure the current in the electric circuit, and here it is my closed electric circuit. So the series combination of the resistors is, this is all series combination of resistors, is given to a cell of voltage V through an ammeter. Now, if I current is drawn from the cell, same current will travel through each and every resistor. Same current will travel through each and every resistor. Then usually people may get the doubt. Sir, here they offer different resistances. How can you say same current will travel through each and every resistor? This doubt certainly you may get it. But first listen to my point. For example, here there is a resistor R1 alone is connected to a cell whose voltage is V. Then there is some current I1 traveling through this. If there is a resistor R2 is connected alone to the cell of voltage V, you can expect there is a current I2 traveling through R2, which is different from I1 certainly, because the potential difference given to R1 is V, so you can expect I1 current, and the potential difference given to R2 is V, so you can expect a different current I2, because though the potential difference is same, but the resistances are different. We know electric current I is equal to V by R, Ohm's law. Electric current I is equal to V by R. So same battery is given to both of them, but their resistances are different. That's why you can expect the different currents through different resistors, no doubt, because I equal to V by R. The same doubt you may get, sir, here they offer different resistances. How can I expect the same current? Yes, the point it is, though they offer different resistances, but the potential difference across them are also different. Here same potential difference applied to each and every one. So the resistors are different, that's why currents are different. But listen carefully, in this circuit, it offers resistance R1. In this circuit, it offers resistance R2. But in this electric circuit, there is no resistance R1, there is no resistance R2, there is no resistance R3 alone. They don't offer R1, they don't offer R2, they don't offer R3 resistance in the electric circuit. They offer a unique value of resistance, which is due to the combination of all the resistors. Means all the three resistors in series together will offer some new equivalent resistance. They don't offer R1 resistance in the electric circuit. Here it offers R1 resistance in the electric circuit. It offers R2 resistance in the electric circuit since they were connected alone. But in this electric circuit, it neither offers R1 nor offers R2 nor offers R3. It offers a resistance in the electric circuit which is the equivalent resistance of this entire combination. I mean, the combination of three resistors between these 2 points, suppose this is A and this is B, the combination of three resistors, series combination between the 2 points can be replaced with a single resistor. Of course, which is known as equivalent resistor, like equivalent lens in series combination because they are connected in series. This is equivalent circuit. This circuit is equivalent to this circuit because the combination of all the three replaced by an equivalent resistance in series combination. You know, two or more lenses can be replaced with a single lens known as equivalent lens, you know. Similarly, the series combination of three resistors can be replaced with a single resistor. So these circuits are called equivalent circuits. But first what you need to understand, when the resistors are joined end to end, then same current will travel through every resistor, though their resistances are different. The reason it is, they don't offer either R1 or R2 or R3 in the electric circuit. They offer RS in the electric circuit. So there is a common current that is traveling through each and every resistor in series combination. So the very important point I am going to tell you, when do you can say the resistors are connected in series? This is the first point that you need to write. If two or more resistors are connected end to end so that same electric current is passing through every resistor, then those resistors are said to be in series combination. In this next second point, in the series combination of resistors, hope you are writing, second point, in the series combination of resistors, the potential difference across one resistor is different from potential difference across the other resistor. They will not be same. This is what you need to understand. So this is the introduction to the series combination of resistors. Hope you have written 2 points along with this electric circuit. Along with this electric circuit, you have written 2 points. I am erasing this because this is not yet required. Just for your explanation part, I have taken that. Hope you got clarity. So there is no resistance R1 in the electric circuit or R2 or R3 in the electric circuit. There is an equivalent resistance in the electric circuit. Hope you got clarity. Now in this situation, as it is the closed loop, I can apply KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. Yes. Here, let me start. This is A, B. Let me take this is C and this is D. Let me take. Of course, this is equivalent circuit. So A, B, C, D. Of course. Now here, when you are taking the closed loop A, B, C, D, A, in this closed loop, you are moving from A to this one. Just suppose P, this is Q, just for some time. So you are moving from A to P, A to P. Then high potential to low potential, because you are moving in the direction of current. So potential drop IR1 is a potential drop, which is minus. Next, here from P to Q, again there is a potential drop, because we are moving in the direction of current, high potential to low potential. How much potential drop across R2? That is IR2, but potential drop, that's why minus. And here from Q to B, again potential drop IR3, so minus. Again C to this one. Here you know ammeter offers zero resistance. I told you ideal ammeter which offers zero resistance. So here minus to plus potential rise, so plus V. So the algebraic sum of all the potential differences in a closed loop will be 0. Don't forget that IR1 is the potential drop across R1. Don't forget. The potential drop across R1 is equal to IR1. And the potential drop across R2 is equal to IR2. And the potential drop across R3 is IR3, because I current is traveling through R3. But there is a drop, that's why while taking algebraic sum we have given minus. Now, if you are going to simplify this point, listen carefully. If you are going to simplify this point, what you can write? Here, V equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. But, here I am continuing mathematical equation. You look at this. There is I current traveling through RS across the voltage V. So I can write this V equal to I into RS. The reason it is, the potential difference across RS is equal to V, because there is no more potential drop anywhere else. Between A and B, potential difference I into RS will be equal to V. V equal to IRS, because nowhere potential drop up to A and B. So as RS is alone here across the cell, so potential difference across the resistor I into RS will be equal to V. V equal to I into RS. Now equalize these two. So that I into RS equal to I of R1 plus R2 plus R3. I have taken I common on right side. So that I gets cancelled, I can write RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is how in series combination of resistors, the equivalent resistance will be equal to the sum of all the individual resistors that are connected in series. R1, R2, R3 are the resistors connected in series, so that the equivalent resistance of the series combination is R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is all about series combination of resistors and the equivalent resistance. But regarding this series combination of resistors, there is a little more explanation to be discussed. First of all, you note down this. Ultimately, this is the derivation for equivalent resistance of a series combination of resistors. No doubt, still there is a little more explanation for this. Let's look at this. So you know, here R1, R2, R3 are the resistors that are connected in series across a cell whose voltage is V. Now in this I told you, the potential drop across R1 is V1 equal to I into R1. Potential drop across R2 is V2 is equal to I into R2. And the potential drop across R3 is V3 equal to I into R3. Of course, you know that this V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Because according to KVL, algebraic sum of all the potential differences will be 0. So V plus of minus V1 minus V2 minus V3 equal to 0. So V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. It means in series combination of resistors, the applied potential difference by the cell will be distributed among all the resistors. The applied voltage is V, which will be distributed among all the resistors that are in series. I repeat, when two or more resistors are connected in electric circuit, in series combination, same current will flow through every resistor which are in series. But the applied voltage will be distributed among all the resistors in series. That's why V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Even this equation can be proved in KVL. You have learned already. I have written in the last explanation. That can be proved even. But anyway, my point is, apart from that, if I have taken the ratio of V1 is to V2 is to V3, if I have taken this ratio, I told you applied voltage will be distributed among the resistors in series as V1, V2, V3. The ratio will be, I gets cancelled, R1, R2, R3. Because I gets cancelled. So my conclusion it is, when two or more resistors are connected in series, the applied voltage will be distributed among the resistors in the direct ratio of the resistances. Direct ratio means V1 is to V2 equal to R1 is to R2. Or V1 is to V2 is to V3 equal to R1 is to R2 is to R3. That's called direct ratio. So the applied voltage will be distributed among the resistors in the direct ratio of their resistances. This is an important conclusion that is to be handled with a series combination of resistors. Remember this, while doing numerical applications, you find the importance of all these conclusions. Fine? So this is all about a series combination of resistors. So in the next class we have to discuss about parallel combination of resistors and the equivalent resistance. Later we go with a few more numerical applications to understand the combination of resistors and equivalent resistance. That's all for today. Take care. Here we are going to discuss about parallel combination of resistors. You have learnt about series combination already. Now it's all about a parallel combination of resistors. See here, when two or more resistors are connected together so that all the first terminals are connected to one common point and all the second terminals are connected to another common point. To say clearly, the terminals of R1 connected between A and B. The terminals of R2 connected between A and B. The terminals of R3 connected between A and B. Means all the resistors, whether two or more resistors, will be connected between two common points. So that what will happen, because of that, there will be a common potential difference maintained across every resistor because of this parallel combination. So, I am going to conclude the first point. Two or more resistors are connected in the electric circuit between two common points so that a common potential difference exists across every resistor. Then those resistors are said to be in parallel combination. Now this parallel combination of resistors is given to a cell whose voltage is V through a plug key and ammeter. Now here let us suppose some I current is drawn. Whenever I current comes here, it finds three paths at this junction. So this is I1 current through R1, I2 current through R2 and I3 current through R3. Hope you got the logic. In series combination, we applied Kirchhoff voltage law, V equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. But in parallel combination, it is all about Kirchhoff junction law, I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. But these I1, I2, I3 are going to join here at B and will come out as I. Now I told you, this combination of all these resistors can be replaced with a single resistor which is known as RP, equivalent resistance in parallel combination. All the three can be replaced with a single resistor, so that I current is traveling through that. So that you can write obviously V equal to I into RP, when RP is the equivalent resistance. But here you know very well, the current I is going to divide as I1, I2, I3. So while coming to mathematical analysis, my first point here I am writing, first of all circuit you need to take, later mathematical steps, here I am writing. In parallel combination, I equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. What is I? I is the circuit current. You know V equal to I into RP. V is the applied voltage. RP is the equivalent resistance of these three in parallel. I is the total current in the circuit. Then I can be written as V by RP. Now here I1 current through R1. You know Ohm's law, V equal to IR, so that I is equal to V by R, Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, when I1 is current through R1, I can write I1 equal to V by R1, because the potential difference across R1 is the same as the potential difference across the cell. Because the cell is connected directly to A and B, and R1 is connected across AB. So potential difference across R1 means potential difference across AB, nothing but potential difference across the cell. That's why it is V by R1. Next, I2 is current through R2. V by R means it is V by R2. Similarly, here it is V by R3. Now you can cancel V throughout the equation. So my final equation is 1 by RP equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This is the final equation. Means when two or more resistors are connected in parallel, then the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance, I repeat, RP is the equivalent resistance in parallel combination. In equation there is 1 by RP, means it's the reciprocal of equivalent resistance in parallel combination is equal to the sum of reciprocals of the individual resistances connected in parallel. R1, R2, R3 are the individual resistances connected in parallel. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. It means the sum of their reciprocals, which is equal to the reciprocal of equivalent resistance. So 1 by RP equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So if 2 only are there, for 2 only, in combination there is no 3, there is only 2 resistors. You can write 1 by RP equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. You can take LCM and you can write R1 R2 LCM. So numerator R1 plus R2. So that you can write RP is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 directly. RP is the equivalent resistance in parallel combination. Here 1 by RP is reciprocal. Ultimately during calculation you have to get RP. So when 2 are there, directly you can apply RP equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. You may ask me, sir, if 3 are there, shall I write RP equal to R1 R2 R3 by R1 plus R2 plus R3? No, you should not write. That's a wrong calculation point. So R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 is the equivalent resistance in parallel combination. Only when 2 are there. If 3 are there, if 4 are there, better go for this. 1 by RP equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on, as per the number of resistors. But what you need to understand, in series combination, applied voltage is distributed among all the resistors. But in parallel combination, the current in the electric circuit will be divided among all the resistors. In what way it will be divided? I1 is to, I2 is to, I3 is equal to, see, I1 means V by R1, I2 means V by R2, I3 means V by R3. If you have taken the ratio, V gets cancelled, 1 by R1 is to, 1 by R2 is to, 1 by R3. So in parallel combination, the current in the electric circuit will be divided among the resistors in the inverse ratio of their resistances, not direct ratio, inverse ratio. In series combination, applied voltage will be distributed in the direct ratio of their resistances. But in parallel combination, circuit current will be divided in the inverse ratio of their resistances. Remember all these conclusions. While explaining some numerical problems in the next class, I am going to explain few more numerical applications. Then you will get a more clarity on series and parallel combination and in what way these techniques can be applied. This is not at all. This is just explanation for series and parallel combination of resistors and the formula derivation of equivalent resistance. You get more clarity on these conceptual points once you have gone through few numerical questions which we are going to concentrate in the next class completely. Fine? Take care.